What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Alright, so we're going to be showcasing a little bit of an older unit, but not really too old. They released last year. And with the way the metas are changing in this game, almost every other celebration, it seems, or any major celebrations, Golden Week, Tanabata, Worldwide Download, anniversaries, anytime there's a major celebration of that nature, it feels like the metas are changing drastically. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to showcase a unit that just released last year on the Tanabata. It was actually in 2022. So we're going to run the Trunks and Vegeta with their absolute best linking partner, the Carnival Trunks, which just came out this year. And we're going to see how well this unit actually fares against probably the hardest hitting content in the game at this moment in time, the Trunks fight, because he has the highest attack stat. So how this unit works is they are bond a parent or child in a Future Saga Key 3170 with 30% stats in Battle of Fate category. They raise attack and defense on their 18 key, and then they raise their attack and defense for 1 turn on their 12 key. They activate their entrance animation once only, key +2 and defense +70%, and guards all attacks for 5 turns from the start of the turn when there's another bond of parent or child category ally attacking in the same turn at the start of the character's attacking turn, which that did happen already, so we do have that buff active. They get key +2, 140%, and launch an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, plus an additional key 1 up to 5 and defense of 15% up to 75%, and the chance of performing a critical hit of 7% up to 35% with each attack received. Plus, they get an additional attack and defense of 70% and guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. So that'll be the best situation for them. They have the guaranteed guard right now for 5 turns anyway, so we're actually just going to leave the rotation the way it is. We're going to try to no item this. That might be dead already, but we're going to see. Let's see how much they take. 577,000. That's a lot of damage off the start. Yeah, we're going to need to heal up next turn. If we can survive that far, we should be okay. But they just took 600k damage off that super turn 1, which is ridiculously high. But they just did stack their defense in it infinitely. But now that they are in slot 1 as the attacker, if units attack, if units attack prior to your units attacking, that does not count as them being in slot as the first attacker. How it procs is when the unit attacks first, from what I understand. So if your unit in slot 1 actually attacks and then he gets supered or something, he'll have whatever part of their first attack or passive is activated. But if they get attacked prior, I don't think it activates. So this Trunks just attacked twice. I did get another dupe in my Trunks as well, so he has 69%. I got the Bulma up to 90, as well as the merged Zamasu up to 90 as well. The int merged Zamasu, not the new one that just dropped. Gohan is still 55%. I tried another rotation on him, I think. Or no, I didn't. I did not try another rotation on him. So I was aiming to get at least 1 dupe in them. I wanted to get them to 79 so I could have the gold slot available, but I was like 69% or 55% is good enough, to be honest, because I'm saving for what comes next and then the heroes in November. Alright, so what we have to do here is we know Gohan's being supered, as you can see, per the whatever that thing, the scouter. I forgot what it was called there for a second, the scouter. So we're gonna run, who looks better? These two definitely, okay. We're gonna go like that, put the Mai in that slot, because the Gohan should have all of his stuff active. As we have that defensive buff active for this turn, which only did that just to give us some extra health. I should have just brought a regular Sensu Beam, but I was like, we'll bring the Android 8 just for that 50% defense, because the 50% defense really isn't going to do much. Realistically, in an event like this, it's not going to make that huge of a difference. Especially if the Gohan supers twice, now he has his full passive active, he has 80% damage reduction. And the Gohan, actually I'm sorry, the Vegeta and the Trunks haven't had a support on, which is what I'm trying to rotate around to, is to get that support on rotation with them to see what they look like with the support unit. The Guasu and Zamasu are the reason, that's the reason I brought them, is for their 70% defense. So I kind of want to see what they can do as a support unit for everybody. Okay, so we're back to this rotation again. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this. Goku and Vegeta do not have their guard in slot 3. So, but looking at their stats right now, yes, we do have a support memory active as well. So they got the additional 10%. Plus they do have the 50% defense, these guys, from the Android 8 last turn. So they're sitting at almost just over 600k defense. And the Trunks is sitting at 557,000. So we're looking pretty good at this point. We should be able to make it through this turn, but let's see what these guys take on attacks. The Trunks and Vegeta, I don't know why I almost said Trunks and Gohan. The Trunks and Vegeta are taking the most damage this turn and the most attacks. So let's see how well they fare. I'm hoping these two get supered and not the Trunks and Vegeta. Clearly Goku and Vegeta at the end. Can we get a double super from you? Cannot. Alright, so now they are officially at their max in terms of their passive. So now that means that the Goku and Vegeta at the end are probably going to be the ones getting supered. So hopefully with them stacking their defense on their attack, we should be okay to tank that hit and get us through this rotation. Unless if this Trunks can just like power up and just completely destroy it, which being 69%, he probably could, how strong this Trunks actually is. And with these guys having that Android 8 on rotation, or not on rotation, just the ability of them active, makes them a lot better defensively, because they just raised their defense. I'm hoping they'll be able to dodge. They need slot 1 to dodge, but I think I put a little bit of dodge into them anyway. They're a really weak unit in terms of offense until they transform. Like, offensively they're terrible, but you want to stack them up. That's what the whole point of this stage is, to stack them up. Come on, if you super don't die. Just all I'm asking. Okay, good. We made it through that rotation. Alright, perfect. Go like this. We don't have the defensive buff on right now, so the Mai is down to 182k defense. She gets an additional defense if she's below 70% HP, which she's not, so hopefully if she can, she just needs to dodge 1 attack. That's all she has to do, which should be not hard at all for her. My Gohan needs to build up a little bit, as you guys saw there. He was still taking 4 digits on basic attacks. So he needs to build up his passive just a little bit. And then next rotation, we actually should have the Guasu and Zamasu on. So they'll have that additional 70% defense on the Vegeta and Trunks, which will be really nice to be able to see what he can do, if we can survive that far. Because it all depends on this Mai. If she can dodge, or just not get hit by the super, or double super is good too. And dodging is just almost necessary though at this point for this event. Yep, dodge, perfect. Now the Gohan's going to have his 80% damage reduction active again, so we should be alright to get through this rotation. We only had to use the 1 Android 8 to get to this point, and that's because I made the mistake of, I for some reason thought that the guard and the attack and defense of 70% would activate turn 1 as the first attack, but it didn't. But the Trunks and Vegeta will still have that additional 70% defense plus the guard in slot 1 for 1 last turn. But the Trunks is going to transform to the Fizz type here. Let's activate this actually just because. I understand he gets that buff in slot 1. But I also know these guys get a nice buff in slot 1, so I kind of want to see what they can do. Let's activate this really fast. 457,000. Gave everybody 20% more defense, is what that ability does. And having him on rotation gives everybody 70% defense. So now they're sitting at, with no items activated, just the passive of the Guasu and Zamasu, 786,000 defense. So we're going to go like this. We're going to let it play out and see what it does. We falter, and we lose. That's fine. 1.15 million attack stat and 786,000 defense still. So this unit is still pretty decent. But let's just see what they can do. If they get supered and die, they get supered and die. I mean, that's not much I can really ask for. 6.9 million. Not terrible. That's actually really good for... They're only 69% as well. I don't have many dupes into them. I grabbed a copy of them when they were back with red coins. And then the next multi-summon I did, I instantly got them. Oh, they only supered once. So with no items active, this unit's taken almost no damage. So I would dare say this unit is still really meta, and it's still really, really good for the era we're in Dokkan. And this Trunks is just going to completely finish himself off with one just basic attack. But there you guys go. I mean, honestly, I still deem the Trunks and Vegeta a very, very solid unit. They're easily one of the best, in my opinion, for Future Saga still to run. Especially if you can get them to 100%. Like, see, mine's only 55%? 69%, I'm sorry. So they're missing 1,300 to each stat. So that would give them over almost 22,000 attack and about almost 14,000 defense, which that would make a huge difference for a unit of this caliber, especially with how they take the additional supers, really do raise their attack and defense for 1 turn, so that would actually be really good to have. But that's all I got to say in regards to this unit, guys. I think they're really, really good, and I'm excited to see what they'll do like at 100%. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Oh, also, and leave your comments in the comment section below on what you guys think of this unit real quick. See you guys then.